Hi guys, my name's Craig, welcome to Small Farmer Life. And if you've been to this channel before, well, you'll know I breed pure breed poultry and I sell fertile hatching eggs, the old chicks, pullets, hybrid hens and also a few ducks. Well, there's been a very serious outbreak of avian influenza and it's spread across Europe like wildfire, and it's now at the UK Isles and it's spreading through the UK, and it's got to about a 30-minute drive of where my farm is. Now the government have issued warnings through DEFRA, which is in my last video that I did about the Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs and how to get your CPH number. Now the government warning everybody, no matter if you've got a couple of chickens in your back garden, a goose in your back garden, a couple of turkeys, or you've got 1,000 chickens on a small farm or 1,000 turkeys on a small farm, they all have to be indoors by the 14th of December. Now, they're obviously giving people time. Now, if you can't get your poultry indoors by the 14th of December, and the best you can do is keep them in a run area, then they want you to cover the run area with that very fine netting. So you might have seen the very fine netting you can get that you put over vegetable patches and things like that. Well, they want you to cover the run area with that sort of netting, and that's to keep out the small wild birds, because they transmit this disease by obviously migrating, and especially waterfowl, because waterfowl migrate all over the globe and they stop off in places like the UK. So they're migrating from Europe or the UK and they're going to Africa, and they stop off in certain parts of the UK and then they're spreading this disease. And there's been certain outbreaks down south and it hasn't took long to come up north. So the government have issued a really serious warning, and this is a highly contagious version of avian influenza because there's different versions of it. This is the H5N8 version, which is highly pathogenic and it can just wipe out full flocks. The guy up the road from me had to cull 1,000 of his turkeys and it was his full flock. So all his Christmas birds had to be culled and there was an exclusion zone put around his small farm. But they've also, like I say, sent out a warning that if possible, you've got to keep your birds indoors. Now this also applies, like if you've got an aviary and you've got parrots or budgies or anything like that and they're outside in an aviary, keep them indoors. It's the best thing you can do. I haven't got none of my free range hens out in the fields. I've got them all in a large shed that I've just cleaned out for other purposes, but I'd rather keep my stock happy and healthy, and I've spent thousands of pounds on those birds and I don't want to lose them. I've also spent a lot of time bringing up some new birds for new stock so I can bring on new birds for next year and keep the cycle going. And if I lose all of those birds, well, then I'm in deep trouble and I'm going to be losing out on thousands of pounds, never mind it being heartbreaking. So guys, you need to go on the website. I'll leave the link in the description. It'll tell you what you need to do. You want to watch the video on actually getting a CPH number from DEFRA. I'll leave that in the description of the video, and make sure you protect your poultry. If they're only pets, it doesn't matter. You still need to keep them indoors. Like I say, if you've got aviary birds, like parrots, budgies, anything like that, anything where a small bird can get in, you have to cover with netting. If that's the best you can do, then that's what you can do. And if you've got somewhere like large housing that you can put a lot of chickens in, and I didn't believe the amount of chickens I could fit in that large shed that I had, and there's still a lot of room. Like I say, birds of a feather flock together. Well, there's a lot of room still left in that large shed, and it'll take up a lot more birds if I wanted to put them in there. But I've got them in my stables. I've put all the cockerels together. Now the cockerels will fight for a certain amount of time, so if you've got cockerels and you're worried about them fighting, they are going to sort out who's top dog. But once they've sorted that out, they'll calm down, and then they'll just be cockerels and they'll have the odd scuffle now and again. But chickens have the odd scuffle, hens that is. So guys, make sure you do what the government asks for you, because you can get fined if you don't. Even all the people who keep pigeons have had this notice, because my friend who has racing pigeons got the notice sent to him, and they have to keep their beds in also. And I'm just making this video so if you guys know people who've got chickens and they're not registered for the CPH number, then you can actually share this video with them so they know what they need to do. Because if we don't all do and follow the government's rules, what they're telling us to actually do to keep our poultry safe, then there's going to be outbreaks all over. And they're not just asking you to keep your chickens indoors, they're also asking you not to visit other people with poultry, upgrade your biosecurity, meaning have some disinfectant baths that you can put your boots in. And they're also going so far as to say, if you do have to visit another farm, put on one of those white paper suits that you see on that TV series CSI that the police wear when they're investigating a crime scene, and throw it away after you've been to a farm. But me personally, I won't be visiting any other farms, and I certainly won't be going to any poultry farms. I'll be staying well away. So guys, I'll leave the links in the description of the video so you can read what you need to do and how you can protect your birds. And all the best, guys. Hope, fingers crossed, that you don't get it. And until next time, guys, my name's Craig. You've been watching A Small Farmer Life. Like I said, it's a serious video, but if you want to be seeing more videos on everything from marketing your small farm to permit development rights and everything in between, then subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button, and until next time, make sure you take care of your poultry or whatever birds you might be keeping. Take care of yourself, and most of all, take care of the family. Bye for now. See ya.